up, guys? We're back. We're live. And we've shifted over to Raid Shadow Legends. Let's see. We got some decent stuff to do tonight. I want to start the top 10 lists. I'm thinking if I go through them on here, I might be able to just use it to pull apart for a YouTube video. Do we have anything left to do? Done. Done. So everything's finished for today. I did not do Iron Twins, but I'm low on energy and gems. Draw the apps instead on a doodle app. It's frustrating. Literally the worst stream ever. At least we're live now. The problem is that when I'm in here, I can't see. I can't see the chat. Pretend I'm not recording. Where is it at? Who are we going for? It was Undead Hordes and Corpse Collector. That's who we're going to start with. She's number 10 anyway. All right, let's see if this works any better. All right. I feel like as soon as I start talking, it's just gonna spit on me. It's been that way all day. I can't figure out what it is. It looks like she's got a spider crawling out of her. That is that set of necklaces. The collar thing is super disturbing. And I don't know, she's pretty fit for a dead woman. If these are the undead hordes. All right. Here we go. We'll start. She's got that one long finger. It's really creeping me out too. That's like the digit used for the prostate stimulation, maybe. Can't put that in the video. Can't put that in the video. Do you see it? See that one finger? How does that happen? Like, what did she do that she ended up with a finger like that? Like when you die, like, I mean, everything else stayed the same. Obviously. She got some messed up makeup on. And I don't know who dressed her, but that one finger is problematic at the very least. All right. Raid Shadow Legends has some fantastically hot champions. We're going to go through the top 10 list of the best, sexiest champions in Raid Shadow Legends today. Let's switch this over to the YouTube front. Actually, I don't need to. I can add it. I can add it in post. Hey guys, finally he sleeps here. Today we're gonna go through my top 10 list of the hottest champions in Raid Shadow Legends. Something we've talked about doing for a really long time, and I've just never gotten around to doing it. So that we just make fun of them on stream all the time, but it's gonna be a full list here. First though, make sure you subscribe here at YouTube and turn on notifications so you never miss when a video goes live for any of the content that we put out for Raid Shadow Legends. I do appreciate it. When you subscribe, it does make a big difference here at the channel, and it's free, so there's no reason not to. I'll wait. Go ahead, do it. This is going to be the list. Number 10, as you've guessed it, is Corpse Collector. Now this, I love the look she's bringing to it. She's obviously very fit for a dead woman. The outfit, I'm not quite sure what's going on with the collar here. It does look like there's a spider trying to crawl out from her back. Just kind of goes with the undead hordes. But whoever taped that top to her boobs probably made that one famous Oscars dress for J-Lo. It is definitely got a lot going on. The only thing that kind of bothers me here is the long index finger. I'm not quite sure where that came from or what the purpose of it is. That is a bit disturbing. That and the weird fungal growth growing up from her wrists to her forearms. But that all aside, she does look like she could handle herself against the zombies there in the undead horde. So that is why she is number 10 on our list. All right, who was number 9? Oh, that's an easy one. Some octopus kink. Where am I going? Demon Spawn. I'm going to say it was a lot of fun putting this list together, in case you didn't realize. Coming in hot at number 9 is Allure, epic attack champion from the Demon Spawn. I know she's a demon, and she's got some weird stuff going on, but it's that kind of baby face look she's got. That she's kind of like an early 20s Instagram model in weird cosplay, but she floats. So she's got that going for her. It's that weird dance move she does every few minutes that's kind of the positive. There's no outfit on her. It's just scales. And they're in a very weird place. So it's working in her as far as it goes. I'm don't really know if she was born in the underworld and she's a demon. I mean, the Call of Arbiter series kind of made it look like she was, so did she come out like a little baby was she born with the horns, or did she die and end up a demon spawn and that's how it worked? I can't quite figure it out. And then it's overall though, aesthetically pleasing, and she's fantastic in Fire Knight. So she does bring something to the game as well. There's a few of these champions on this list that they look fantastic and would love to use them, but they suck. She is not one of those champions. All right, where are we at? Number 8, Barbarians. All right, coming in at number 8 is Tashada from the Barbarians faction. Going from the underworld up to the desert where the Barbarians live, you would think that they would be a little bit tanner. There's a lot of sun. Apparently they spend a lot of time in a tent or a cave. She is a bit pale, but these are older champions. There's a little bit of a weird animation going on with these that kind of takes away a little bit from it. But overall, one of the best looking barbarians that we have. I think there might be a couple of barbarians on my list now that I'm thinking about it. But this is by far one of my favorites. As far as the champion itself goes, an epic defense, she's pretty decent. She's not spectacular by any means, but you gotta love the outfit. And I'm not quite sure where this whole thing came into, like, who said that this was going to help you in a battle? She does have some armor on her thighs, but you would think that, the armoring in the areas that they have it, I think I would want to protect where all my innards are. Like the stomach is just completely exposed. And never, ever, ever have I seen a warrior with underboob until now. There we go. Tashada, the underboob champ. Where are we at? Number 7, Undead Hordes. Back to the Undead Hordes. Arbalester. Is that number 7? Yes, number 7. All right, coming in at number 7 is Arbalester from the Undead Hordes. Back to the Undead Hordes. There's a lot of hot dead chicks in this game. She brings fantastic style, awful kit. She's definitely one of these champions I was referring to that looks so much better than she performs. I am digging everything about this. I'm not quite sure. See, we go from barbarians where they're pale as shit, and then we come down to the Undead Hordes where they've got kind of a glow to them. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Do they have tanning booths in the underworld? Maybe. Not quite sure. But definitely digging everything she's bringing to the table except her ability to play the game. Number 6. Orcs. Devil Allure is Devil Brittany. I barely narrowed it down to 10, just so you know. Who am I going to? Orcs. And it is Zargala. Where's she at? All right, number 6 is Zargala, epic attack champion from the Orcs. Plarium have known she's one of the hottest champions in the game for a long time because she was used in a series of ads and commercials for the game. There's a reason for it. I am digging the pink haircut that she's got going on right now, but in essence, when we started playing Raid Shadow Legends a few years ago, Zargala and the ad campaign was out, and that is why our clan is Green Teats. That is where everything comes from, is this champion right here in this look. This is, honestly, she's probably why I originally started playing the game. And I'm a sucker for green skin. Other than when it's like a fungal infection growing up from your wrists, like we had in number 10. But Zargala, number 6. All right. Banner Lords. Where is she at? She's an uncommon. There she is. Duelist is number 5. Yes, she's Gaelic's wife. All right, coming in at number 5 is Duelist from the Banner Lords. Now, in my estimation, the Banner Lords are usually kind of the conservatives. They're like the mainstream version of the Sacred Order. But, you know, there's a couple of champions in here that are kind of the outliers. Duelist is the first one, and I have her at number 5 on the list specifically because, again, whoever is making the armor for some of these attacking champions has definitely got some fetishes going on, because there is nothing about what she is wearing that says, I am here to kick ass. No, everything about this says, I hit the stage at 9. There's, but I'm not complaining. Don't mistake that for an argument. That is a funny piece of cloth hanging from her pants. That is the loosest use of the word pants ever. Yes, I'm not quite sure what the cloth in the front is for. It does kind of scare me if you really stop and think about why she had to have that there in the front. But Duelist coming in at number 5. All right, who do we have? Bannerlords. It's like some like Valerie's on my list too, but it's the same thing. It's like, okay, let's make the same outfit, change her color, and give her a green cooter cover rather than the blue. Where's she at? Right here. Number 4. All right, at number 4 on the list is Lady Annabelle, who was added last year to the game. And of all of the champions, obviously chest size has always been an issue with this game. And some of them, you know, it just gets like out of proportion. And Lady Annabelle is completely out of proportion, and not in a bad way. But what's really weird is we're still trying to figure out where she put her hands, that they are smoking black and dripping. And it is black goo dripping from her hands. I'm not quite sure. It's quite disturbing. And her little head thing back and forth like, Do you see where my hands have been? But everything she brings to it is pretty much on display. Yeah, Lady Annabelle coming in at number 4. It's squid ink pasta. I don't know what it is. I never quite understood that one. Because if it was blood, it would be red. But it's like dripping black. Who's number 3? Barbarians. Going back to the barbarians. Oh, yes. Lady Valkyrie. Coming in at number 3, back to the barbarians, Valkyrie. And it is specifically because she is probably the fittest champion in the game. I love everything she brings to this visually. The hint of tattoos. She just has that kind of stoic look about her. And as we joke about the armor on some of these champions about how it's not necessary or it's like completely pointless, she actually brings it. I don't feel worried about her in battle. She just seems like she's got her shit together for the most part. But Valkyrie is coming in at number 3 because of everything she brings to the game. I absolutely love her. Counterattack champion. She's one of the few that not only is she hot as hell, she is fantastic as hell. And there are multiple areas in the game that you can use her. Too bad some of these other ones don't bring much to the table besides their looks. In fact, moving on. Number 2 is one of the worst champions in the game. That is all undead hordes. I have got something with dead chicks. Where is she at? She's a rare. Sorceress. At number 2 here, we have Sorceress. Undead Hordes. I don't know why I have so many champions in the Undead Hordes that I am oogling, but it is. Apparently there's some kind of weird dead fetish with me. But Sorceress at number 2. Another example, like I said, of these champions that bring very little to the game except their visual appeal, which is frustrating because I remember playing the game in the very beginning and it's like, oh, she's going into my squad. Absolutely. Have to build her. And then you do, and you regret every moment of it. But as far as eye candy goes, whoever designed this champion in the game was close to my number one. Sorceress coming in at number 2. And everybody should guess it who my number 1 is going to be. Undead redheads for me. Yes, apparently. I think she had purple hair. She has purple hair. My number 1 is an easy one. Madam Saris. Absolutely. 100%. Number 1 on my list, top sexiest champions in Raid Shadow Legends, is hands down Madam Saris. I am obsessed with Elphaba Throp from the book Wicked, and obviously we have to go from this. And don't ask me about the musical. Fuck the musical. This is the book. Anyway, Madam Saris, number 1 champion. I have to bring it to everyone's attention. Were her nipples surgically removed? They had to be surgically removed because what she's bringing in that top, I can't understand. Either they're not where they're supposed to be. They're like way down on the sides, or she just doesn't have nipples, which is possible if she was designed based on a Barbie doll. There's no nipples. I don't know. But that's the only thing that has really bothered me the entire time is where's the nipples? But overall, one of the funnest champions in the game. I use her in my arena teams. She brings a lot. She is a very powerful champion. I actually have multiple Madam Sarises built, and she is easily, like when I said was going to do a top 10 list of the top 10 hottest champions in the list, number 1 was decided immediately. There is no one else in the game that sits higher on that list than her for me, Madam Saris. Now, that said, there are a lot of these champions that could go either way, up or down. And there are a lot that I as I was going through all the champions, I saw a few where I was like, she could be on the list. She could be on the list. And then as I started to work out my numbers, there were a few that dropped off. So we have to add a few honorable mentions into here before we end this. But Madam Saris, easily number 1 for me. All right, so who are we going to go with first? Let's do... Okay, up on the honorable mentions list, up first is Seer. She is one of the best epics in the game. Crowd control and wave control. She is huge. And I think she's Zargala's second cousin. So I think there's something going on there. They're definitely from the same clan. And she does bring a lot of the same things to the table that Zargala does. So you have to give her credit for that. Seer, first up on my honorable mentions. Let's do Shadowkin. Where is she? Did I write it down? Who is she? She's legendary. Up next, honorable mention, Yumiko from Shadowkin. This is the first one from Shadowkin. There's a lot of hot champions in Shadowkin, but it's just right there behind my top 10 list. And I love her she's got a simple, like, I'm here to do my business. I love my coat. The flaming tails are great. And what's even better is I think she's one of the only topless champions in the game. She needs a haircut though. Echo. Let's do. Fane. Okay, so the next honorable mention is a little bit of a weird one. Okay, so the skinwalkers are all animals, right? But usually skinwalkers have like a human form. And this one requires a little bit of imagination. You got to look past the creepy watership down head and imagine that when she shifts, there's something better there. I don't know. She's on my honorable mentions list, and I felt bad for putting her on there because, I mean, that is a face that only a mother could love. But, yeah, if you're really into The Secret of Nim as a child, Fane, honorable mention. Who else do we have? I did not have Coldheart on my list. I liked Watership Down. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go back to this because there are a whole bunch of champions who apparently go to the same tailor. I think they all shop at TJ Maxx, which is why they all have this kind of similar look. And we have Eris here bringing the same outfit. We have Chancellor Yasmin, who's kind of in that same line. Valerie. There's a lot of champions that kind of they're very basic. They're very basic in the game, but I wanted to kind of just highlight a couple of them just because we have to as far as it goes. They didn't make the list completely, but we have to bring in Eris here as part of that whole group. And I had one last. Dark Elves. I think I'm gonna. No, we'll leave her in. Sylar from Dark Elves is another honorable mention. Just because we didn't have very many Dark Elves in the whole thing, and I kind of like the fact that, you know, every year you see on Instagram where somebody's like, I made my prom dress out of duct tape and I spent $11 and here's my prom dress. Well, she did the same thing, but she only used about 45 cents worth of tape. Last one. Where is she? Okay, Trunda is going to be my last of the honorable mentions. And I've got her in there because everybody has different things they go for. But you have to admit, no matter what, Trunda, even though she's on a little bit of the short side, if you're into that sort of thing, Trunda brings brute strength to this list. She is a monster. I mean, look at the legs. She's definitely hanging out with a rock. But Yeah, she almost made the top 10 list. That might partly be because I don't have her and I really still just want her in my index. I need Trunda. She does bring some heavy hits. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the list. I've got a whole series of these top 10 lists. Up next in the series is going to be HP Burn Champs. Top 10 best HP Burn Champs. If there's anybody in the game that you like better than the 10 that I put in, or if you think I got my top 10 list out wrong, post in the comments below. Hell, just post your top 10 list in the comments below. I'll check them out. That's probably one of the best part about playing the game. I'm Finally He Sleeps. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Make sure you subscribe here on the channel. It does make a big difference. Appreciate it. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making videos. All right, there was the top 10 list. Good grief. The helmet. Yeah, it's almost like she could hang something on it. Yeah, it's a bit on the weird side. Are there TJ Maxxes in Europe? People don't even know what TJ Maxx is. Cold Hard should have been in there. Yeah. She does have some. It's the underboob. It's the underboob. That's what you guys are leaning heavily on. All right. I'll cut that apart into a video next time. Thanks a lot for hanging out. It was a fun stream tonight. I will not be on Friday. I'll try to get something in there one way or the other. Of all the hands groping her in all the inappropriate places. There's a Knights Revenant mythical. Sammy has just pointed out, I need to see this with the hands groping before we go. Ew. I did not see the hands. Those... are interesting. Where did they go? Ooh, they're on her back. They like opened up. Digging her. Good call. All right, that's it. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. If you haven't noticed, my YouTube channel has expanded. Subscribe here for Raid Shadow Legends content, but make sure you check out my other channels as well for EA Sports FC, everything automotive over at Gearheads, and visit Cringeworthy for a few laughs. Subscribe links are right over there.